Hey guys, I'm Pete. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Build a Life Worth Living. I want to talk about alcohol, how it relates to depression and anxiety. This was brought up this week. I hurt my back. It's pretty bad. It's really putting me off my game. And I realized that before I had stopped drinking, say 7-8 months ago, if I had had the week that I had this week, I would have slid into depression. I'd have been drunk. Anxiety would have been going through the roof. And there's explanations for this. Alcohol is a depressant, number one. Excessive alcohol use can mess up the balance of the neurotransmitters in your brain, which brings about symptoms of depression. If you're already suffering from depression, this imbalance is going to cause your depression to worsen. We go through things in life, stress, lost a job, going through a rough patch in a marriage, whatever it is that causes a lot of stress. Now, if our go-to reaction to cut loose is to have a couple drinks and we start relying on that, we create this vicious circle where we're using alcohol to treat our stress, which is creating a depressive disorder, and it becomes a vicious cycle. As your alcohol use increases to deal with that stress, your lack of coping skills to actually deal with the depression that you're facing is going to decrease. This alcohol definitely affects anxiety. I never suffered from anxiety in my life, guys, and I went through a really rough year, the last year, and some way in February, 10 months ago, I was hospitalized due to my anxiety. I started having these attacks. I'd been through a rough time. I think I had a little PTSD, and it started triggering this anxiety. And I was drinking more and more, and the anxiety got worse and worse. And before I knew it, guys, I was depressed. I was anxiety-ridden to the point where I was hospitalized for a couple days. My blood pressure was 200 over 100. My resting pulse rate was 120 beats per minute. I thought I was dying of a heart attack, and it was anxiety. I would not have experienced those things, that anxiety, that level of depression, if I'd not been drinking. So, I know a lot of you go through rough times. I know some of you, some of my close friends, man, you struggle. Life's rough on you, and you drink. A lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but if you drink more than 2 drinks a week, it's physiologically affecting you, psychologically affecting you. It could be feeding depression. It could be feeding your anxiety, and you don't realize it because from that steady habit perspective, I drank for over 30 years, and for the first 15, I didn't think there was any problem at all, and there was. The last 15, I was kind of aware there was a problem, but I lied to myself about it. What I want you to think about, guys, if you're suffering in life, man, if you're going through depression, if you're suffering from anxiety, think about your drinking. I want you to think about committing to stopping for 30 days. It's what I did in the beginning. I didn't intend to quit drinking forever. I committed a hard commit to stop for 30 days. In that 30 days, man, I got a really brutal, honest look at myself and what alcohol had been in my life. If you'll give it that 30 days, you may come out of that and realize that, hey, maybe I need to cut down. I've not had DUIs. I've not been in domestic violence situations. I've not been arrested. I've not been in fights. Whatever. I'm not saying that there's people out there that can't drink. But I want you to take 30 days and reevaluate your relationship with the alcohol. And I'm willing to bet a lot of you at the end of that 30 days are going to go, I think I'll give it another 30, which is what I did. And once I got into that second 30 days, I knew I was done with drinking. My life had begun to change so much positive stuff going on. There's no way I was going back. And I know I'm not a couple of drink kind of guy. For 15 years there, I drank half a fifth a day, if not more, with some binge drinking on top of that. And I thought that was normal. I know a lot of you guys are in that same situation. You're putting down a 6-pack, a 12-pack a night and thinking, it's not that big a deal. You know, I don't have problems. You do. You're living in a cloud. You're affecting your health. You're affecting your mortality. You're affecting your chances of different types of cancers. Alcohol turns into acetaldehyde in your body. It's actually poison. You're poisoning yourself, guys. Give it a 30-day rest, man. I've only had a couple people take me up on this challenge out of thousands of friends, and those couple people are doing fantastic. So, if it's something you'd be willing to think about, reach out to me, man. I've started this life coaching business, but that's not what it's all about. It's about helping people. If you're a friend of mine, if you're a follower, and you need to reach out to me, and you've just got some questions, do it. Contact me, guys. All right, I'm going to let you go. When you're complaining about how depressed you are, how anxious you are about the bad things going in your life, if there was something you could do to decrease that or maybe get rid of it altogether, if there was a pill you could take, you'd do it. Maybe try taking the easy pill. 30 days, guys. And maybe if you can't commit to 30 days, you really need to reconsider your relationship to alcohol. That's hard language. A lot of you have turned this off by now and don't want to hear it. But I'm here to tell you what happened in my life, guys, because it was amazing. It continues to be amazing. I'll never go back to the old me. I don't care what happens. I don't care if this back is broken and I hurt every day. I'll never go back to the old me, man. The only thing stopping you from creating positive change in your life is you, guys. Maybe it's time to change that. Build a life worth living. I love you. God bless.